When I first saw this on Facebook, I was just scrolling, came across, just enjoying my day. Sun was shining, birds were chirping. It was a beautiful day. And then all of a sudden, Sony cancels God of War game. Man, when I tell you I almost chucked my phone, I was going to be like Mahomes and just get that thing up out of here. When I saw it, I was like, there is absolutely no way that Sony is going to cancel one of their major flagship games, God of War. There's no way. Even with Atreus being the new main character, there's absolutely, they must be out of their damn mind. And it must be a scared money, don't want to make money moment if you're going to cancel a God of War game. And it got me because I was like, man, I was hoping, I remember thinking like a week ago, I was hoping that we were going to get something from the Game Awards. And I was like, man, I was disappointed in that. But I was like, you know what? Look, maybe we'll get some news down the road about a God of War game. And I was like, this was not the news that I wanted to get. But then I saw that it was a live service God of War game. And when I tell you, I was like Robert Downey Jr. in that moment, just like the meme where he's just holding just like this. Man, I was like, who dodged a bullet with that one? So technically, God of War is canceled, but it's a multiplayer game that was going to get released. So I found this article. Boop. All right. Sony cancels. That's not what I want. Sony cancels 2 more live service games, including a reported God of War spinoff. Sony has canceled 2 live service PlayStation games from in-house developers Ben Studio and Bluepoint Games. The company confirmed the cancellations to Bloomberg and said the 2 studios were safe from closure. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier reported that the game in development at Bluepoint was a live service God of War spinoff. Sony said the cancellations were made following a recent review and that it was working closely with each studio to determine what are the next projects. The Sony's spokesperson didn't say if there would be job cuts at Bend and Bluepoint, but internal emails sent by Bloomberg said that Sony planned to do everything we can to ensure there is minimal business impact. Still, it was a de-establishing moment for the studios, both of which seem to be operating well out of their comfort zones by working on live service games. All right, so I am okay with the multiplayer God of War game being canceled. That's just God of War to me. I know that they did that with the God of War game that focused on like the Furies. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it was the prequel to like the first God of War game. It was when Kratos first breaks his contract with Ares, right? And they had the multiplayer in that, and that multiplayer was fun, but I didn't play much of it like that. God of War to me is just that story, Kratos going in, handling business, and now with the Atreus being in it and the development there, it's just a heavy single player story driven game, right? Narrative game. So I'm okay with it not being a multiplayer game like that. What I would like to see is I keep saying this, for right now, do a remake of the first 2 games. I'm telling you, if you bring back, I just watched a video like a week ago. It was what God of War 2 could look like if it was done right now. And when I tell you, it just looked so beautiful. I need that in my life. I'll probably do a reaction on my channel regarding it. But at least, if anything, do the original God of War, do a remake on that. That would be absolutely phenomenal. All you have to do with that, polish it, shine it up a bit. With the controllers, don't make it crazy button mashish. I know that, make it to where it's got a little level of complex. Oh my God. I can't say it. Make the controls a little bit more complex. How about that? Still keep it to where it does feel like the first God of War game, but add in a couple things that make it a little bit more of a learning curve. Okay, you don't have to change it too much away from the controls, but add a learning curve to it. And I'm telling you, man, that's easy money right there. You throw that out, that game is selling like crazy, and that way you can still work on what you want to do for Atreus and what ideas you have or what mythology you want him to focus on, and then go from there. But I'm telling you, put out a remake of God of War 1, man, I'm telling you, that thing is flying off like crazy. I promise you it will. But anyways, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think? Would you have been interested in a God of War multiplayer game? What would they have done? I mean, I know that with the other one, there were certain different classes and stuff like that, and it focused more on the Greek mythology of it. But with this one, it focused more on like the Norse, since Ragnarok and the new God of War took place in Norse mythology. What would that have looked like? There's things that they could have been done, but realistically, how much life could that have had? You know what I mean? Especially with it being a live service game, how much longevity would that game really have? But anyways, like I said, let me know in the comment section down below, would you have been interested in a multiplayer God of War game? Like the video, share it, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.